Hello and welcome. This is Ghost Dimension Flying Solo.
Coming up on Ghost Dimension.
There was something moving in between these trees. If I get picked up and thrown around, there was a cold blast, a cold breeze here just before it happened. There's someone down there in the woods. Somebody touched me, man. Let's go in again.
Ghost Dimension.
Tonight we investigate outside and meddle with forces unknown in one of the UK's most haunted locations. We are in a place synonymous for witches and witchcraft, Pendle in Lancashire, home of the Pendle Witches. Yeah, this is Pendle Hill we're heading to today. I'm looking forward to it because this is famous for the witches' trials. That is probably one of the most famous trials in the world for witches. And so it's dead exciting, this, and hopefully tonight we will make contact with some of those witches that were on trial. It should be a strange investigation and I'm expecting a lot from it. What are you feeling about it, Paul?
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, there's only two witch trials that you could name off the top of your head. If you ask anybody, then it's going to be the Pendle Witches or the Salem Witch Trials in Boston, Massachusetts. This has definitely got the history behind it. It's very rural. This place still pulls in so many tourists because of what happened here back in the 1600s. I think, you know, where there's legend, there's a lot of truth, but I also think that because of the fact that these women practiced natural earth element arts, healing and what have you, I think it was too easy to class them as being in league with the devil and evil black magic, witchcraft and what have you. But I'm excited. It should be interesting.
Yeah, it should be interesting, Paul, especially if we can pick up on any of this activity from these witches. Maybe they're here, maybe they're not, maybe it's something more sinister that's here. Who knows? We'll find out and we'll ask at the medium tonight and see if he can sense anything as well.
So yeah, it's going to be an exciting night, I think, and I mean it's looking quite bleak and overcast, which always adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can speak and connect to the Pendle Hill Witches. We arrive at Pendle to meet our team, and unknowingly to us, we have arrived at Pendle's most haunted pub, so we seize the opportunity to hear from the landlord and locals about its hauntings.
My name's Richard Bowden. I'm the landlord here of the New Inn in Fulridge. Been here since December last year, that's 2016. In the ladies' toilets, before they were actually built, the road was a lot wider, around 300 years ago. And we believe a young girl was actually knocked down and killed there. And when the pub was extended that way, the female toilets, just because there's two of them, that one's always a lot colder, and women just don't like going in there because it just gives them the chill factor. But upstairs, my partner has actually seen a cavalier one early morning. He didn't describe it too well, but it's like a French cavalier from what kind of film would it be?
Musketeers?
Musketeers, yes. Yeah, a bloke dressed like that around 3 o'clock in the morning. He just got up for a pee and saw this figure dressed like a French cavalier. There is one thing that I have seen myself and experienced, that's where the glasses behind the bar don't just fall off. They travel at least 2 meters sideways and crash on the floor. Now, I've seen this personally, and so have nearly every single customer in this pub.
I'm Colin Mill from Fulridge. I've been here about 3 years, just short. A year and a half ago, basically it was a late at night, and there was some flippant comments and what have you, but we were at the bar and a glass had come off the top right hand shelf and smashed on the bar, which alarmed the barmaid and the rest of us who was at the bar, but obviously it was sort of laughed off, but then it was put into perspective of don't upset her. That's all I sort of know. Then we've had numerous guests or holidaymakers into the village, whether they've come from the canal, walkers, etc., and regulars who've been in the ladies' toilets, to the right-hand toilet. At some point, sometimes that is the coldest part, and they get shivers and come out and say, I've had a weird experience.
Paul, I can't believe we've arrived here to meet the crew, to come and investigate the Pendle Witches, and we've arrived here, the new inn, and we've just come in to meet everybody, and the owners are telling us there's actual paranormal activity happening here. So I think maybe it's worth that we investigate before we go over to the Pendle Witch investigation.
Yeah, it'd be a wasted opportunity, wouldn't it?
We need to do something here.
I don't believe in coincidence. We met here, you know, didn't know anything about the place, and we're just talking to the locals. This place is haunted, so yeah, let's do a mini invest.
Yeah, and you know, Colin and Richard have both mentioned different types of activity. The focus of the activity seems to be the female toilets. So we should send somebody in there, or maybe we send like Jane in.
Yeah.
And before we send Jane in, maybe let's get Lee to see if he senses anything psychically that might be residing here. And let's investigate this and then head straight over to the main investigation.
Yeah, it's a good warm-up.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Lee, I can't believe this. We've arrived here in Skipton to investigate the Pendle Witches, and we've been greeted by the owners of this pub. And this pub is haunted as well. It's a fantastic thing that's happened. You know, we're going to investigate the Pendle Witches, but now we have to investigate here as well.
Definitely.
Yeah,
We're really interested.
Are you sensing anything that the owner says it's haunted? He believes it to be haunted. Are you sensing anything that could be here?
Yeah, there's one in particular that's very intelligent. I was made aware as we came into this room. Gave me a name as Bill.
Okay.
What I got was the image of like a horse and cart type thing, like delivering.
Yeah.
It's either what looks like milk or beer, you know, like the sort of cakes.
The old stuff, yeah.
This is, I would say, very early 1900s, 1908, 1911 time. And it was just sort of towards where the toilets are located over the other side of the building. It's more stronger in that area, but he's intelligent in the whole lower level of the pub.
Is there any connection here to the Pendle Witches?
I'm not sensing anything to do with the witches at the minute. This guy, I believe, was definitely a local, and he would have been known. I think a lot of people would have known him as Bill.
So he's coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, obviously, with the owner saying it was the activity is in the ladies' toilets, the women's toilets. Are you thinking, what I was discussing with Paul earlier, that maybe we need to send somebody in there to investigate?
Definitely, yeah. I think the activity, what I got, it seemed more on the past tense as it was. So whatever the ladies' toilets was before,
yeah,
would associate with whatever he's doing.
So it's like residual energy. They can't see what it's changed into potentially, and they're still just coming back here.
Yeah, it's quite intelligent though.
Intelligent?
Yeah, he's aware of people around him.
Okay.
And I think he has moved things and moved buffets, things behind the bar, that kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
So he's quite intelligent, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's send Jane in and let's see what she senses.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm here in the toilets in the new inn, the ladies' toilets where there's been activity. And I'm just going to use a Gauss meter, EMF meter, to see if I can pick up on anything. I'll just show you around the ladies' toilets as we go. Now this is a toilet where a lot of the customers don't like coming, ladies. There's a cold, eerie feeling. I've just walked into the toilets now on my own, doing a long visual. It is quite cold, so we'll see if anything happens with a Gauss meter. Hold this space. I'm just going to do a bit of calling out to see if anybody's here with me. Is there anybody here with me? If there is, can you show yourself to me? I've got a gadget in my hand. It's a Gauss meter. If you're here with us, can you approach this for me? There's a dial on the front, and if you approach it, you will the dial will go up to let me know that you're here. Oh, don't know whether you can see this, but it's moving. Yes, it was on 0. We actually are up to number 2 now on the Gauss meter. Can you come a bit closer to me? I really appreciate everything that you're doing for us right now. Can you tap on anything? Now there's a noise just around this corner. Let's see if we can see anything. If that's you, can you make that noise again for me? It's very, very cold this side. I don't know whether it's the pipes that's creaking, but there's a noise. I don't know whether you can hear it. If that's you in this side of the room, can you do something for me? Can you make a noise? It's very, very, very cold. There's actually no windows open in here. I will show you the windows. There's no windows at all open. Is there anybody here? Now I'm looking at the Gauss meter again, and it's gone back down to 0. I will actually move it around a little bit, go in different rooms and see if I can get anything. See if I can pick up on anything. There's actually nothing in this room, but this room feels very, very cold. I don't know whether you can hear this noise. I'm just going to put the camera into this room. Are you here in this room with us? It actually seems that when I come out of this room, the noise happens. Shall we try it again? I've just come out of this room, and the noise is happening again. So I'm just going to go back into the cubicle. No. Come out of the room now. I've done alone in the toilets. So I'm going to go back into the main pub area. Let's see if anything's happening.
Jane held a vigil in the haunted female toilets. She had meter activity and taps, but with the noise coming from the bar area, we decided we should head out to the hills and start our search for the witches. One day we shall return to the inn and investigate further.
Paul, I can't believe that. We've met the team, we hooked up at the new inn, and the place actually turned out to be one of the most haunted pubs in Skipton.
It was amazing. What do you make of it?
As I said before, I don't believe in coincidence, and you know, popped in there. Staff were very friendly, customers very friendly, and everybody had a story to tell. And I just think that was probably meant to happen, you know, and it's a good start to what we've got planned for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I mean, that place was haunted. We met there, we popped in to eat some food before we set off to investigate these witches, but we had to investigate that location with that history of being the most haunted pub in this area. We couldn't have given it a miss.
No, it would have been daft to pass up that opportunity, and like I say, there was a reason we met there. We were obviously meant to.
It's fate.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to investigating the Pendle Witches now.
Onwards.
Onwards and upwards. I'm stood here with Alice Nutter, one of the Pendle Hill Witches. Now join us as we investigate Pendle Hill. In 1612, a trial began at Lancaster that would go down in history as one of the most important trials involving witchcraft in Britain and would put Pendle on the world map. This was known as the trial of the Pendle Witches. Deaths of 4 other villagers had occurred many years before the trials, and these had been raised and blamed on the witches. Do the witches still haunt Pendle Hill? And do they still practice witchcraft? Lee, welcome to Ghost Dimension Flying Solo Pendle Hill Witches.
Excellent.
Excellent. This is an exciting venue and choice for us today. And I'm looking forward to seeing what we can experience paranormally. Before we went to the new inn, and we had an experience there with Jane in the toilet. She's experienced paranormal activity, and that was just a stop-off. We're here now, ready to do the investigation. Are you sensing anything psychically that may be haunted?
Yeah, there's 2 things I was made aware of straight away on the drive up here. The energy, it's just charged. You can feel how the atmosphere changes, the energy is completely charged around us. You've got the water nearby as well, which also helps, you know, charge spirits. Also, as we was stood just near the car park, I was coming towards this area, I was made aware of a small girl, around 9 years old. Her eyes was quite blackened out. Still trying to work out why this was, but she gave me a date of it was 1612, 1612.
Could that be when she died, or when she...
Yep, I feel that's when she passed. And the initials J and D.
Jane D.
JD initials.
Okay. What do you think we may experience here tonight?
I think you will get a lot of noises around you. You probably feel things more than anything else. I think the atmosphere in this area is really charged, so it will change.
And you can feel it already?
Definitely.
Are the witches still haunting here?
I believe they're around here, yeah. It's really strong, the energy, you can feel it as soon as you come within even 500 yards of the place, you know. You feel it as you come into the area, you feel the change in the atmosphere, and it's very charged.
Do you think that they come back here in spirit and practice witchcraft?
I think they're more sort of here in visitation, you know, to do with the legend, and there's a lot of people obviously go up to Pendle Hill in search of the witches and, you know, to gather evidence. A lot of paranormal investigators like ourselves, and I think they come back to show, we are here.
We're here.
Yeah.
We're still haunting.
Yeah.
The witches are still here as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think we'll encounter them tonight?
Hopefully. I don't think they're shy, so hopefully they'll come out and play tonight.
Excellent. Lee, well, I'm excited and I'm looking forward to seeing what tonight has to bring. Is there anything that you think we should be doing as investigators to see what paranormal activity we can encourage from these witches?
I would go back to the old methods.
Yeah. Like dowsing
rods, that kind of thing. The singing bowls, you know. Yeah. Go with the old methods, and I think you may get better results on this one.
It's more witchy.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, let's do it. Lee had told us what he sensed and what to expect at Pendle Hill. It was now time to head up into the hills and start the investigation. Right, we are now at Pendle Hill. I can't believe we're finally here. It's been a fantastic day so far. The cloud around here, and I don't know if you'll capture it on the camera, is actually coming down. There's just sheep in the fields, which you can hear on the camera probably. It's amazing. I'm looking forward to it, Paul, are you?
Yes, I am. I'm just, I'm getting a bit concerned about this low cloud. I've been here before,
yeah,
and this is pretty much what happened last time.
And what happened?
It was a bad night.
It was a bad night?
It was a very bad night. It was, the film crew that we were with didn't realise how bad it was going to get. One of them was affected, put him out of work for 6 months because he got so badly affected. We had lightning, wind, howling rain. We connected with somebody, something where we were. It was a frightening night.
So we could be in for a really terrifying night.
It could, because everything's looking exactly the same as it was last time I was here.
Oh my God, Paul. Shall we start flying solo?
Yes, let's go.
Let's do it, Paul, come on. Paul and I were anxious to start, so we split up and headed straight into our solo vigils. Okay, so I'm entering part of the woodland of what I found here at the Pendle Hill. I've got a K2 meter with me, Paul's off doing his lone, and I'm expecting to see if we can get some activity up here. If we can, it'll be interesting to see. It's quite freaky, I don't know where I'm going, but I'll show you what I've got here. Have a pan round.
So, this is Pendle Hill, part of it, and you can see not a lot because the cloud has just come down, has just descended really quite quickly here, and we found some ruins. There's been some sort of a fire pit there by the looks of things, and there's a wall, so obviously at some point this was a building. And there's a wall. And what I've done, put a REM pod just there, and I've also got the periscope which will detect any static energy, negative or positive, and hopefully light up. So I'm just going to see if there's anybody here. Now, what I'm not saying is this is any property that belonged to any of the Pendle Witches, because to be honest, apart from one farm, I don't think we know where any of the others are, where any of the other buildings are that used to belong to the witches. And the one farm is owned privately, and I know that they won't let people go and investigate. So what we've done, we've ventured up onto the hill, because the whole place has just got a weird atmosphere about it, and we're just going to see if there's anybody here. Not necessarily a Pendle witch, because obviously where there's been dwellings like this, people have lived, and perhaps they've died, and perhaps they're still here. So I'm just going to see if anybody wants to come and talk to me and give me a sign, and hopefully set that or this off.
I'm sure I heard, as I panned, which is freaking me out quite a lot. This isn't going, but if it does, I'll tell you, this is a K2 meter. I heard, as well as the birds, I heard a man's groany laugh. Now I know that wasn't Paul. I know it's not the crew, because the crew are by the cars. So, let's see if I can encourage some activity while I'm in here. Okay, so everything's poking me here. Okay. Now if anybody's here with me, can you make a noise or a sound? Okay, that was going off then, but you would have missed it. And just make sure it wasn't the camera. Okay, if anybody's here, any of the witches are with me, can you make a noise or a sound? I'm only here to communicate. I want to know, you, the one of the witches that were hung here, can you tell me who you are? Tell me who you are. Nutter? Are you here? What I've got is I've got a list of the witches on my phone. I'll call out and I'll ask to see if I can get any of these ladies, these witches that were trialed here, to communicate. Right, Elizabeth Southerns. I summon you. Elizabeth Device, I summon you. James Device, Alison Device, Anne Whittle, Anne Redfern, Alice Nutter, Jane Bulcock, John Bulcock, Catherine Hewitt, Isabel Roby, and Margaret Pearson are all the names of some of the witches that were trialed at the Pendle Hill trial. Can you communicate with me? Let me know you're here. Okay, that was weird. Can you... It's like somebody's got footsteps coming towards me here. I'll just show you around. I'm just going to get the K2 meter out. That was flashing then. Look. Can you see it?
So if there's anybody here with me now, anybody that lived in this farm, in this building, if you're here, can you please just let me know? Just do something, throw something perhaps, or if you can see this device in my hand, or the one that's on the wall there with the two metal sticks protruding from it, if you can go towards those and just touch those metal rods, it will light up and make a sound. It won't harm you, but it'll let me know that you're here, and that's all I want to do. Can you try and do something please, just to let me know that you're here? It's amazing up here, but it's just a weird atmosphere. I can't even see now. I'm just going to show you again. I mean, that cloud has just descended. There's a wall a few hundred yards away from me which is already starting to disappear in the cloud, and with that cloud coming down, the atmosphere feels like it's changing a little bit. Not saying it's anything paranormal, not saying it's anything spooky, it could just be the way it's making me feel.
Every time it flashes, it stops as soon as I bring it to the camera. I don't feel safe here, really don't. I'm not looking forward to seeing what else tonight has to come out, especially with these witches roaming these lands and doing their witchcraft and their practices here. Can you come out for me? If there's any witches here, anybody that died here, anybody that practiced witchcraft, come over here. I want to speak to you. Come and show me who you are. Are you here with me? Can you communicate with me? Whoa, okay. Thank you. And that's the K2 meter going off, and we have no electric around here. This is pure fields. This is woods at the edge of the field, and the K2 meter is going, as you can see. Am I communicating to a witch? Can you take it all the way to red? Are you one of the witches I called out? Take it all the way to red if you are. Come on. Are you a demonic person instead? Alright, okay. You would have heard that on the camera. There was something moving in between these trees. There's no animals here, is he? Can we have a look? The K2's still going mad. Has it stopped? It's going again. Ah! Yeah. I don't like this. Why is that? There's like this thing on the floor. Let me show you. It's like moving as if somebody had kicked it. I just kicked it myself just to see if it moved. You know when your hairs go up on the back of your neck? That's what they're doing right now. And I do not feel safe here. I know I shouldn't jump or anything, but when you're dealing with witches and sort of satanic rituals that they performed and demons, it's hard to sort of stay in a mode or in a mindset where... Hello? And those sheep as well, I was going to say cows, but those sheep really are freaking me out, because they seem to be getting closer and closer as the activity is increasing here. I don't quite understand why. I'm just going to move in a bit. Look, the K2 meter stopped. I love the fact that that was going off, especially here, where there's no outside influence of electricity. This is actually going off. Well, it's not now, but it was. Okay, alright, okay. Thought somebody was behind me then. Okay, let's try this out. Let's go into this space here. Open space here. Okay, if anybody is here, come forward, come and communicate with me. If that was you that tried to scare me just then, come back. Are you following me? Are you one of the witches? You've got to communicate with me. Did that just flash?
But the sheep are still lively. Looks like a bird. Can you try and set this off for me? Where I'm stood now, if you can see this box here on the wall, if you can touch that for me, I'll show you how it works. If you can go near that and do that, it will make that noise. It will just let me know that you're here. Or if you can walk towards me. If there's anybody here, if there's anybody that was connected to the Pendle Witches, if there's anybody that was part of this dwelling, lived in this farmhouse, lived in this building, if you can just let me know that you're here. Just want to try and make contact with you. Now, I don't... It's not cold, but just then it felt like there was a cold breeze here. And I know it's very open, but even though the cloud's coming down, it's not a cold evening. But that just went a little bit cold. So, again, not saying it's anything paranormal, just telling you so that you're aware.
Come on. Scare me if you can. You got me a bit shaken before, but if you want to try and scare me again, scare me now. Let me show you around. Let's go through here. I have a feeling that these witches may have practiced right around here, and it does not feel good. And you know, as I'm going in, what the hell is that in the tree? Something hanging. The scary thing about this, and the K2's going again. The scary thing about this, and the K2 is going again. I'm trying not to look directly at the camera because it's taking away my night vision. I know I might need to get out of here. The scary thing about this is, because I'm alone here, doing my solo lone vigil. Alright, okay. You're here, are you? No, whoa, what is that, man? There's something down there in the woods. There's like a movement. No, this sounds crazy, but this was like movement off a dress. Like a witch's dress, but that's just crazy. I'm gonna have to go down and check it out. Oof. What's that in the tree? think some sort of lioness been caught there. I don't think it's anything to do with witchcraft. This Katie is going mad again. I must be on the trail. Am I on the trail of you? Am I getting closer to where you performed your rituals? Yeah? Take it all the way to red. Come on, if you've got the power to come near me and set this off, you could take this to red. Take it all the way to red. Come on. Alice? Okay. This is some freaky stuff, man. This is one of the weirdest investigations I've ever done, especially with this being outside. It's just weird, especially with these noises, and you feel like you're being followed. And I have no doubt, like Lee said, these witches maybe come back here, and this has given me confirmation that they come back here in visitation, and I still believe they may be still practicing in their spirit world the witchcraft, and I'm not sure if that can affect us in this human world, but if they can interact with these meters, I'm sure they pretty much can.
If I get picked up and thrown around, there was a cold blast, a cold breeze here just before it happened. Can you please try as hard as you can just to let me know if you're here? If you don't want me here, all you've got to do is come towards this, or go towards that box. Touch either one of these devices. That'll let me know you're here. It will let me know you don't want me here, and I will go. I'm just going to move a little bit further over there. I've got to be really careful underfoot because, as you can see, there's lots of rubble. Oh, that hurts. Ow. Going over here. See if anything's over this side. Anybody at all? Because we are out in the open, this in particular really shouldn't go off, because it would measure static, negative and positive ions, charged particles in the air, particles of static electricity. And because we're really out in the wilds, in the open right now, this shouldn't go off, but if it does, it could indicate that there's something here that has an electrical charge, and that's what I'm hoping is going to happen, but so far it hasn't. Just feels weird. Anybody at all?
I've never seen activity like this in the middle of nowhere. It's weird. Can you come forward and speak again? Use your voice and let me hear you. Yeah, okay. Something was moving, something was coming towards. I'm trying to make sure it wasn't an animal. It's like where I've just left off down here, something came towards me. Let me see if I can see what it was. What the hell is that? I'm just going to zoom in here. I don't know if I can see something over there or if it's a tree. Show yourself on my camera. Walk towards me, walk in front of me. Show me you're here. What the fuck was that? Whoa. Get me out. I gotta go back down there. really weird. I know I keep saying that, but you know when you shouldn't be on your own? This is one of those times. And this is... It's making... You know, I've been in the most haunted places that you can imagine. But being here is freaking me out even more. Can you throw something at me?
Unbelievable. Oh. Okay, just for the record, I have just stopped recording as I have approached the REM. It started going off. I thought I pressed record again and was pointing the camera at it, but I didn't press record, so I've just missed some evidence. So I'm absolutely gutted. Oh, now hopefully you saw that. That just lit up. As I was explaining a few minutes ago, there is no reason why that would light up like that, because there's nothing up here electrical, nothing up here that could cause a static charge. So I got that. I missed the REM. Unfortunately, nothing else seems to be happening. So I'm gonna go again. See you soon.
Hello? Throw something at me. Scream at me. Throw something, move around here. You were following me before, move around. Light up the lights on my meter. Come into my energy, my atmosphere, and light these lights. Again, it's a noise behind me and I'm not sure what it is. I probably picked that up on the camera. Maybe we got an EVP there. I didn't see that. I need to play that back in a bit, but it felt like something tapped on my K2 meter. Listen. Listen. Okay, I'm just gonna check and pan around. Feels like I'm being surrounded. It's just not good. I can hear movement over there. Yeah. Let's go and have a look. I heard that. We would have got that on the camera. And over there. Let's find this fuckers. Okay. Where are you? So I'm freaking out a bit because there's too much foot action here. No footsteps. Yeah. Ow. Okay. Unless somebody touched me. Can we see anything? Somebody touched me, man. I felt it. I'm just trying to see if we can see anything.
I felt I had summoned the witches earlier, and now they had joined me. What happened in the next part of the investigation shook us all to the core.